It's shot beautifully, it looks great, it sounds great, and it's 90 minutes of just hitting you with questions that you yourself want to ask at the end.
I found it very, very interesting in the sense that I wasn't familiar with that many details about the story of the children of Fatima. I had some familiarity with it, but seeing in so much more detail all of the different controversies that existed over 100 years was unbelievable.
Congratulations to the director. I have to say that. Did a lot of work, a lot of research, but I have to say it just made me really angry. It made me incredibly angry. What made me so angry was that, you know, the whole Western culture is so corrupt. Democracy is corrupt. Capitalism is corrupt. The United States, Europe, Britain, there is corruption everywhere. But there seems to be this obsession with the consecration of Russia. What is the obsession with Russia? What has Russia done that the West hasn't done? Apparently, one of the secrets of Fatima was that one of the girls was to tell the world that Russia must be consecrated. What does that mean? What does it mean in a modern world? You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
If it is such a simple thing to do and they haven't done it, what is the concern? Is there a concern that it might fail, the consecration of Russia? If that was to fail, what does that mean about the church that is already starting to disintegrate, as they mentioned at certain points? What does it mean about faith, about religion, about potentially causing more wars between religions, and so on?
I mean, it's a very interesting story, and I didn't know what to expect before I came here. It feels kind of like, there is something going on. I usually can tell when I see something, and something feels quite right about it. I'm not religious at all, and very open-minded, so everything. That feels there's something there.
I think the Catholic Church and the Vatican had better start paying attention to the state of affairs, and they really should start looking after making the changes that are needed.
I thought that it was a very well detailed documentary. It provided an awful lot of information that I was already aware of, together with information that I wasn't aware of. I don't need convincing that Russia has not been consecrated, and I think that this would be an extremely valuable film to present a case to the people that do believe Russia has in fact been consecrated.
Great cinematography. It's a very complicated and very powerful issue, but I think the film captures all of the various facets and is able to make it interesting throughout.
Somebody of this calibre who's been doing this for 8 years, it tells me a lot. He's that serious about it that I really wanted to know what he wanted to tell me that I didn't know. And he told me an awful lot. They say to the facts about how the secrets have been manipulated and how the Pope actually came to lose his supremacy by deception. And that's what the title of the film is, The Vatican Deception. And this guy tells it. He ties everything together in a very good way, but not just for people like me that know a bit, but for lots of people who actually know not a lot at all.
It was an enormous surprise. I just didn't know what to expect. I'm, unlike many people, had no idea what this was all about. I didn't know about Fatima. I didn't know about the prophecies. So to me, it was just a story that sort of unveiled itself as it went along, and you found yourself getting more and more engrossed in it as time went on, and asking all the questions the film was asking. You know, why on earth aren't we giving Russia this? You know, why on earth are people hiding away? And it's almost like the lack of communication has created a conspiracy in itself. So it's an amazing story, and you know, as Paul said, it's just incredible that nobody is actually asking more questions, and we're not hearing more about it.
I thought it was very well put together. It's something that I've taken a lot of interest in over the years. I was particularly fascinated by the ending of the film, but I thought in general it was very well put together, very well balanced. Obviously I know that some people disagree with some aspects of it. Some good friends of mine who are devotees of Our Blessed Lady would take a different view on some aspects of the film. but I thought it was a well put together film, and I was very impressed with it. I'm very glad to have come and seen the premiere.
The idea that we have a certain population of people who have taken a responsibility to hold back information that we should all be privy to. What gives them that right?
Its time has come, and it's certainly worth watching. I don't think it's really just a theological story. It's also a very political story, a geopolitical story. That has a powerful message to give.
I would absolutely recommend this documentary 150%. A very interesting, compelling, and magnificent story.
I'd absolutely recommend it to anybody, whether you're a theologian, whether you're somebody who's heard about this before, or somebody who has no knowledge whatsoever, because actually it's a really, really good story. It's brilliantly told, and it leaves you really thinking about something. This isn't just fantasy. This is real. This is definitely what happened. It's just the interpretation of everything subsequent to that. So I think to be able to be aware of an amazing story and see it being told and leave you with those questions is just incredible.